Hello, my name is Hailey Donahue and I am a senior at Winter Springs High School. I'm here today to voice my concerns about the current SCPS dress code. Title IX was passed in 1972. Title IX is a federal law that applies to all educational institutions that receive federal funding in the United States. It mandates that no person shall be discriminated against in educational institutions on the basis of sex, in accordance to the United States Department of Education Office for Civil Rights, 2015, paragraph 2. Recently, Title IX has been used in court arguments against dress codes which include gendered language. The Seminole County School Board has already amended their dress code to remove the use of the word cleavage from the policy, and we are incredibly grateful for that. However, the dress code, which is still in place, requires additional reform to mitigate issues of gender-based discrimination. This year, I'm graduating from high school, and I've spent a whole of my public schooling time in Seminole County, but I still have a very vivid memory of one teacher's actions to enforce the dress code. When I was in 8th grade, my first period teacher would have all of the feminine identifying students in his class stand up. We would have to put our arms at our side and stand there as he walked around the room, making sure each of us were in compliance. This was humiliating. This didn't happen to masculine identifying students. They were able to sit down, and he would only dress code them if their shirts had profanity on them or if their undergarments were showing in the hallway. They did not have to stand up and endure the insults and comments directed at 13 and 14-year-old feminine identifying students for their choice in clothing. I watched a classmate cry because she had been dress coded for wearing a tank top in Florida in September. This disproportionately affects individuals of color as well. In accordance with a study conducted by Alyssa Pavlakis and Rachel Rogman, individuals who are dress coded are disproportionately students of color, especially feminine identifying students of African descent. Students who identify as women of color, who made up about a little under 15% of the population surveyed, reported that 25% of students dress coded were women of color. I remember seeing a good friend of mine in the same class, a feminine student of color, get dress coded for wearing shorts that were longer than those of a masculine identifying student of European American descent. More often than not, the implementation of dress codes target feminine identifying students and students of color more than they target masculine students of European American descent. Further revisions to the dress code to remove gendered language or articles of clothing which can be viewed as gendered, mentions of chest, skirts, or dresses, or objects that are commonly used amongst and including certain races, such as one high school's inclusion of do-rags being banned, are revisions that are essential to maintain the equity amongst students in relationship to the dress code. Thank you for your time.